I've ever had.
Mid-morning show across Scotland, and there we had the MacDonald brothers and Caledonia, and it's a very good morning to the guys that are here. Good morning to you. Morning Brian, morning Craig, how are you?
Good, thanks, not bad.
Surely good. Just taking that one there, Caledonia, a song written by Dougie MacLean.
Yeah.
Have you, I seem to remember reading somewhere that you sang in front of him, or you worked with him. How did that come about?
Well, we actually met him about, it was probably only just about a month ago, but we're doing it's his fete. We've been big fans of Dougie MacLean for years, and it's kind of got his albums and all that stuff, and we said to Gordon, look, that's our manager, you just come up and see if we could go and meet him and see if we could do anything with him, because we're kind of really keen to work with people like that in Scotland as well. And
he
obviously
invited us before, we were to do a show with him last year, but we had a tour date on, so we couldn't do it, so it was from there we said to Gordon, let's chase this up again and see if there's anything else we can do. So we went up, met him, and he got back to us and all that, and we're going to be doing, it's his festival in Pitlochry at the end of the year.
Yes, of course he does that all the time. Every year, and it's great.
It's Dougie MacLean and Friends. So no, that's I think that's just November, 7th of November we're doing that. So it's a good.
So you're officially Dougie MacLean's friends now.
Hopefully,
hopefully likes us, but
we don't know what he said when we went away.
It's no more than the rest of us say. It's great to have you on the programme. We're here to do something special, to launch something special here, and we'll do that in a moment. But before that, the X Factor, you're going to be asked about this all the time at the moment.
Yep.
But I'll just throw it in anyway. They're back on the telly. I have to. Have you watched it? Or have you been gigging?
I have. I've watched the new format.
Yeah, what do you think?
Now. I think I don't know. It's a bit harsh, is all
I
I
thought
can
it was
say.
a bit American.
That's
exactly
the talent
the
thing
soft
and
focus camera out to the audience,
right?
That's it.
And it just seemed it just had that. To me, it just lost that wee bit of intimacy.
I think what it's losing now is the fact that when we were on the show, and obviously the previous years, it's good that you're coming in and you're singing completely a cappella, you're there without backing tracks. But now it's like it's almost they're saying. It's really, really karaoke now, if you know what I mean. The fact that it is just a backing track and they're going up and performing whatever songs out this week.
It's almost like entertainment. Before it was kind of like raw voices and dry, but now it's through a microphone, kind of effects and all that stuff. And again, that can cover up a lot. So I feel, it's good entertainment. That's the bottom line.
At the end of the day, it's television, isn't it?
Totally,
and that's what you've got to remember.
That's it. You've got to remember. But let's face it. Despite the criticism that you may have taken from certain judges, it's not really done you any harm, has it?
It's been great. I mean, again, it's 3 years on. That's the third X Factor since we were on it, and it's it's scary to think that, but at the same time, we're just glad to still be here, still touring. We're touring at the end of this year as well, and it's just a great it's great to know we can still do that 3 years after the show and keep going, really.
Definitely. But to be fair, you were doing it before the Factor as well. Of course, you know. So I think that's what a lot of people forget, that you are very. And I'm not just saying this because you're here, but I'm saying it because I've been with you on various gigs that you've been doing. You're very talented musicians. You can handle the old accordion and various other bits.
We enjoy it. That's the live side of things is what we enjoy, because on the X Factor you didn't get to see that side of us. It was just singing, and again now we've got a lot more kind of strings to our bow, hopefully, so it's good to be able to do that.
Touring, as you say, is coming up towards the end of the year. Again, looking forward to that. Sellouts last year when you wherever you went.
It's something different we're doing this year, because it's we've got the dates in for kind of the Christmas time. We're going to be doing a whole Christmas show, which is great for this Christmas album. The whole thing. It's going to be a great family show this year, and
it's a lot of new material. Obviously,
it's
from the
just
Christmas stuff
refreshing. It's great to get some new songs there to do and different things. It's going to be great,
Talking of the Christmas album, that's what we're here to do then. You're about to, going into the studio October time.
We're in just now.
Started yesterday. That's kind of when we're hoping, as we say, what we're about to mention next is going to happen about kind of early October time, hopefully.
Right. So what we're looking for then is for the Christmas album, and I would ask you to sit up and pay attention at home. If you have one of your children, your grandchildren, niece, nephew, or indeed if you're a music teacher listening in the staff room at the moment, we are looking for a primary school choir. Tell us a wee bit about it, Brian.
Well, basically, we're doing all these tracks for the Christmas album, and what we feel about Christmas. It's all about kids, it's about the children, all that, and it's great to get a children's choir to be singing on the songs with us. So basically what we're going to do is we're hopefully going to have a choir from the primary schools to send in a demo of any sort, which we'll then listen to, and the winning choir or choirs, it could be maybe a backup one as well, different things. So basically we want them to do the song, and then we'll come into the school, record it and sing it with them, and they'll special mention the album, the whole thing. It's going to be great, you know.
I think it's going to be superb. Well, I can, as well as you going to the school and recording with them, we've also managed, if dates fits in with you guys, we've also managed with one of the Cash for Kids Christmas lunches.
Definitely.
You'll be there, and the choir will be there as well.
Sounds
so
brilliant.
that'll be absolutely awesome
Absolutely.
for the choir.
A great time of year as well for a bit of fun. So,
have you got any songs in mind, Craig?
At the moment, Ali, it's more kind of. I mean, there's obviously we've got a few tracks which kind of had the there's a lot of covers again for the Christmas album, so a lot of them do lend themselves to the choir. So we're still trying to decide, and again, it might depend on the actual choir as well, what they feel they want to do as well. But we've got a track list in there, and it's kind of, we've not decided that yet. But again, as long as it's kind of a good singing voices in the choir, that's all we're looking for, really.
I think it's we've got to say that with the programme now going across Scotland, this really is an opportunity for any primary school, anywhere, and any size.
Exactly.
It can be a small, rural, dozen pupils to a class of 30.
Yep.
It really depends on them, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Anybody's welcome. Just as many entries as we get, we'll obviously have more to pick from, so get them in. When's the deadline?
We're working on a deadline. We've got to say it's a quick deadline.
It's probably a week.
We only came up with this last week. So, and I think what you're really saying there is, I'll give some ideas as to how to enter it in a few moments.
Yeah.
But I think you mentioned one thing that I hadn't even thought about, Craig, when you mentioned it earlier, was it doesn't need to be something huge and thrown into a recording studio. You know, it can be the class, and it could be a recording with a tape recorder on an MP3, or it could be simple, a video phone.
Yep, anything at all. Any way you can get your entries into Ali, that's the best way to do it. Just get any form, as we say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the actual way it comes in. It's just what we'll be able to pick from.
If it's a video, then we can even see as well.
Exactly.
So see how many of you there are. You know.
I think it's really exciting. It's going to be exciting for the children of Scotland who can enter this. You know, and we've really got to get the parents and the grandparents and the aunties and uncles behind it. Tell the schools about it, because of course at this time in the morning they will be in school. We recognise that. You know, and if the teachers are not, why not?
Exactly.
How do you get off with it? But really, it's if you think that your class or choir from the primary school, or a group of people, whatever you do from it, but it must be primary school children, if you think that you're up to the challenge from the boys here to appear on the MacDonald Brothers Christmas album, and indeed get the boys along to the school and just do some entertaining, then first of all go on to the webpage, which will give you the addresses of after the next song, and just click on to hover over my photograph, and as I say, not too long because it's a bit upsetting. Hover on, and you'll find a little page there on it that says the choir, and just register your interest, and then we'll get back with full details, closing date and everything else. So as I say, that should be really good fun and give the children who take part a fantastic experience as well.
We're looking forward to it as well. It's good to do something different, so no, it's great.
On the album, mostly Christmas stuff, all Christmas stuff?
All Christmas stuff, yeah.
Standards? Give us
standards plus some originals.
Like Merry Christmas Everyone, stuff like basically any big hits that were obviously famous at Christmas, plus we've got a couple of our own tracks we're trying to write as well just now, so getting the time to do this. We've got a couple of tracks that we've started writing, but we need to kind of like kick them into shape and all that as well, so a few of our own, and mostly covers. Again, it'll be all the standards, as you say, Ali.
Right, well, I know you're now heading off to do other things and to get back into the studio to get some more work into the album. Thank you very much indeed for popping in this morning. And indeed, they'll both be popping in throughout the next few weeks just to bring us up to date as to where we are with this, how many entries we've gotten, and exactly who the winner is a little later on as well. Going to play now You Can Always Come Home, Son. Tell us a bit behind this, because I thought it was sort of great management, a manoeuvring, dare I say it, with Homecoming coming along.
That's right.
It was a good one to release at Homecoming.
I know. I mean, the thing with that is as well, it just fitted in well, because I mean, the album was recorded obviously last year. I mean, it was out in October, but we recorded it probably I don't know, maybe March, kind of April time, but it came round, and as soon as the album was coming out, it was like this big thing with the homecoming happening. We're thinking this could be a great track for the homecoming as well, so it has had a lot of interest from that point of view. But
the thing I also pointed out was when we were over in Australia, it was that was their favourite song off, like, because we're doing, obviously we released our first album over there, and it was talk about the second one, all the stuff, and we put all the tracks through, and they absolutely loved the You Can Always Come Home son. So from there it was in our minds, plus the whole homecoming thing coming. It's like, let's do this, you know, let's give it a go. So it's brilliant. I mean, it's a great song as well, you know. It's when you hear it, it's just it's got a totally different sound to it from us as well. It's fantastic.
Okay, let's hear it. Brian and Craig, thank you very much indeed for popping in.
Thanks, no bother.
I'm seeking down a world of adventure.